Unfortunately, Bob Dole happened to pass away on Sunday, and so his memorial service just was taking place. And one of the first things they do is they bring your body to the Capitol just as a sign of respect. And so when they were doing that, Kamala Harris was sitting there with her husband, and Joe Biden was too. And when Biden walked in, he blatantly ignored Kamala Harris and then literally made his wife like switch places with him. And then they both were whispering to their spouses. It's literally something out of a sitcom, and we have the video for you right here. So here we have Joe Biden walking in. You can see that they're being shown to their seats. Literally doesn't acknowledge Kamala Harris. He stands there, looks at Jill.
She looks like she's been paralyzed in fear or I don't know what it is. I've seen women look like that before, and it's not good.
That's how I looked when I was 7, and my mom told me to stop messing around at church, and I knew I was going to get it after.
So wait for it. We got the wide shot, and then we're going to see the shot we saw.
Yeah. So and
there we go. There we go. There's the slide. And there's the scooch. And there's the scooch.
Yeah, and it looks like it cut off there, but then Kamala ends up talking to her husband and whispering, and I'm like, I wish masks weren't a thing, not because I hate COVID, but because I wish we could read their lips and just see the full expression, because I have a feeling it would be so great. So I guess my thing for you guys, do you guys think that this was actually intentional and that there's actually some huge beef between Kamala and Joe Biden?
I mean, obviously we don't know the full context of the situation, but just the way it visually looked, they knew that there was going to be cameras there for all of this. So the fact that this was still going on very clearly in front of the public and in the public eye, it is very humorous to just kind of look at this and be like, oh, wow, they don't even want to be standing next to each other. So I think there is a reasonable number of questions with that. This isn't the first time, if there is tension between them, that a president and vice president have not gotten along. I believe Andrew Jackson, he either challenged his VP to a duel or wanted him dead. And there has just been stories throughout American history of presidents and vice presidents just not getting along whatsoever. So I think this is just kind of funny to look at this clip, but I would not be surprised with the amount of reports and everything coming out of Kamala Harris's office lately if we are going to hear things about tensions between the two leaders themselves.
Yeah, the acrimony that can exist between presidents and vice presidents is age old. You know, there are still people who think that LBJ had JFK knocked off, which I don't think there's any evidence for that at all. But there's still people who think that's the case, and they point to other political assassinations in the past and other bad relationships between presidents and vice presidents. What I like is that you can really see the truth come out at political funerals. You can see who's invited and who's not invited. You can see this happened. You can see spouses switch places and tension and those things. And then, of course, there was the all-time classic funeral clip. I wish I had thought to have us put it together. You folks watching remember it. I think it was Bill Clinton. I know it was Bill Clinton. I think it was at Vince Foster's funeral, but I'm not positive, where Clinton is cutting up and joking around with people, and he's just having a great time. And then he sees out of the corner of his eye a camera, and he immediately starts crying. I mean, manages to squeeze out a tear. It is unbelievable video. And so it's strange. The truth outs at political funerals somehow. I don't think there's any question that they are not getting along. I have wondered from the beginning if Biden gave Harris the border because he knew it was an unsolvable problem. And if you got an unsolvable problem, you don't want to be the one holding it. That's a hot potato you don't want. So you toss it to somebody else, someone who might be a political threat to you at some point.
Yeah. Because
let's face it, if you're Joe Biden and it's 10 months ago, you're thinking, man, if this doesn't go well, this gal's a piranha. She may challenge me in 4 years. So why don't I sandbag her early, get her off to the side where nobody's thinking about it, where she looks like a failure, and then my path is clear for 2024.
I mean, I know Biden probably cognitively isn't even all the way there, but I honestly don't even think he should have even been looking at her as a threat, because if we remember correctly, during her poll numbers, she
2%.
did so bad just primarying alone. And so the whole thing doesn't make sense, because again, Kamala Harris painted Joe Biden as this vicious racist who hated her, who hated women, as this like sexist man, and then goes, oh my gosh, you want me to be VP? I'm going to go be your VP. And so it just shows where these people's loyalties truly lie. And I would really, really love to believe that Joe Biden had the forethought to put Kamala Harris on the border. But I ultimately just don't think that that's the case, because I just don't think he has the forethought to it.